The Law Enforcement Pirate Radio Network. Radio Free Larry presiding.
You can run, but you can't hide.
Radio Free Larry.
All right, here we go again. Buckle up. Rough roads ahead. A very interesting day here. They're changing our locks out. I guess they'll be completed with each room sometime today. So, where was I in all of this? Oh, yeah, just call me Larry Shenanigans. So somebody today asked, like I pull my vehicle back because I'm going to sit in and broadcast, and it reveals the front license plate, which is a Florida Sheriff's Ranches, or not Florida Sheriff's Association or something plate. But if you remember, I was a big supporter of Florida Sheriff's Ranches, youth ranches. So kind of behind the scenes, I wasn't at any of them or didn't go directly to them. I think I donated some money. I think everything, all even the plate money, I think goes there. I can't remember. And I had the other plate, the license plate that was Florida Sheriff's Youth Ranches on the back. It said Lemoore or something like that. So somebody asked me today about it. I go, oh, well, nice plate. I go, well, yeah, I used to support Sheriff Youth Ranches. But when I started speaking about Sheriff Youth Ranches, the dude just said, I ain't got time. And he walked off. So I don't know what he was looking for. I said, that's what we're supposed to be doing with people, youth that are committing crimes. Just to take them horseback riding, give them projects, stuff like that. So remember in the 70s, and that's when he cut out. But I said, the Big Brother program, that kind of thing. So. Well, that's why I also the gardening. If you bring kids up gardening from a very young age, then it'll be like some orchards, especially in California, a lot of weather for it, right? LA. And then the green houses are important. You make them with plastic wrap, what do they call that? The tarps and stuff, right? City could hook that up. So they got like a assembly line here. One person does this, next person does that. 100%. With these doors. But, if you start them at a young age, you're actually fighting gang membership. Because the imprinting begins, like when they're 5, when they're even 4, their parents could go down there. Because, the parents are going to be like, yeah, this is great. It's like a food pantry, but yet we're growing it, and, it's something that's, something special for them. Again, whatever their life is, some people may not have much of a life. So if we occupy it with something, that might pique their interest enough to move their children in another direction also. So that's a big one. There's something fighting it. And again, I can tell something's fighting it. And it isn't always the cartel or something like that. Although it could be. It could be crooked cops and the cartel. So like with the shooting, if like I don't know if everybody does it, but I do it or I used to do it. I don't do it as much now, of course. But for military, law enforcement, I just used to rehearse in my mind operations. Kind of what would you do if, what would you do if. Okay, Larry. So some people get so carried away with it, they're actually projecting the will. They want to shoot somebody. And the problem with that is to get to the point of shooting somebody and being a hero, you and/or other people might have to get shot first. So you see, that's what I call that is Mickey Mouse in Fantasia when he's doing the magic scene. Same kind of thing. So Walt Disney did have a message. If you see, what they call The Apprentice or something, they call them. Oh, Trump stole that message. And I used to watch Trump. So Trump, people I work with used to watch Trump and You're Fired. And I just thought it was childish, I didn't watch much television. So I figured it was just childish. I was this guy going to pull in next to me. So I figured it was just childish. And it's going to be weird for him. I'm sitting in the vehicle. So I just thought it was childish, and I didn't really look at it that much. And then when I did get out of the government, Trump looked like a healer. Now, the term assembly, remember, Jesus actually said he will build his assembly on Peter, the rock. However, it wasn't church. But yet that word assembly, which is important because the word assembly can be used for an evil assembly. So Trump could be a healer, but a healer of devils. An empowerer of devils. So if you don't fit what Trump's looking for in his heart, because that's how it's generally guided, although he could make some decisions out. Then he can't heal you, he can't help you, he can't help you. In fact, will harm you. Because you're a chump for not being evil. So we have a lot of that going on. So a lot of the churches are assemblies, again, synagogues of Satan. Thank you, Larry. Thank you, brother. Thanks. So if you're not careful, you're actually going to be powering criminals. That's what Trump does. He thinks people that don't take advantage of people are suckers. He's that far gone. The only deep state he's fighting is the one that he's not running. And if you're an average person and the deep state doesn't attack you, Trump's deep state, then you're lucky. What they'll do is cause an illusion to make you believe it's a different deep state. They're all together against the suckers who don't have money. So they learned during January 6th the hard way that Trump isn't going to help you. But again, a lot of them are going to support Trump again. Why? Why is Chansley supporting Trump again? Or going in that direction? Because he wants to be pardoned. He realizes life as a felon is not that easy. But he's back in it because why? Because Trump has power. But he really doesn't have that power that he's looking for. It's an illusion. The Saudis are trying to back Trump as a candidate by raising the price of gas and oil. People in the administration will not move to drop the price of oil because they'll believe it's some sort of redeeming quality of forcing an e-vehicle on somebody, an electric vehicle on somebody. They're crazy. We do not have the support network built to do what you all want, but you're fantasizing that you want to do it, but you're causing trouble for poor people and lower middle class to middle class. So again, the Republicans have a chance of winning based upon the stubbornness of the administration not to move the price of gas down as soon as it goes up. So again, it's a fantasy. You don't even have the power grid for that many EVs. We're already burdened down because of AC and things such as that, air conditioning, heating in the winter. Nothing wrong with keeping it at the level we have it at and then moving it a little bit further, but you just don't have anything else. And again, the dangerousness of fires, that has not been figured out yet. There needs to be a task force put together to make the in-cabin experience safe. Again, we've developed something that they put up underneath the vehicle, it drills up inside and floods it. Right? Can we develop something with dry chemical that does some capability like that so it gives people 10 minutes to get out? No questions asked, or 5 minutes, or 10 minutes for the response to get there or get out, or get out. Right. So again, there's a lot more groundwork that needs to be done. Obama lost partly because of the gas thing and pushing the EV. People were like, they can't do it. We don't live lives like you people that have EVs. I mean, some of you people have somebody else charge your vehicle. You don't even charge it. Or you can buy two and switch them out. And people look, they say, I got to take a trip over to that state over there, and I have to stop how many times? Again, at a certain point, we're going to get to the answer. And like I said, the answer is most likely going to be some immense fast charge. But I think it might have to be high-powered to the point where it will be dangerous for a person to touch it. Like a layperson. Now, what's coming up in the psychic world is something other than lithium, but I don't know what it is. And then, of course, there is an engine that doesn't need a. It's coming up in head. I'm going through it as we're speaking. Okay, it's not going to need like gas or an electric charge. It'll generate its own power, but there's going to be parts on it that if we get to that point, that they're going to charge a lot of money for. So you're going to have to like change this part every so often, at least initially. Otherwise, it would just be so cheap to operate, they wouldn't be making much money off it other than the sale of it. It's kind of like this idea. I was looking at this woman's car here. She said her father passed away. He used to fix her car, and she can't afford to fix her BMW. So I was looking at it, and that radiator. Apparently, there's an option on a series or an engine number. I don't know what it is, but it's called an ozone sensor. The radiator without the ozone sensor is like a couple $100 or something like that. And the other one is like, I don't know, $400 more with the ozone sensor. So essentially, they're ripping people off with the ozone sensor. So you can use the other radiator, but your check engine light's going to be on. So you have to make the choice. Or if you don't have the money, of course, your choice is already made, right? It's a rather involved process of getting it out. It's not too difficult, but it's a rather involved process. I would prefer, like, if I had my own property, just to do it over a series of days, right? Kind of like unhook everything one day, take the radiator completely out the next day, and then hook it back up the following day, and then take another day if I didn't feel like dealing with it. It's kind of tedious a little bit, not terribly. I mean, if it wasn't too hard, I'd have told her sure thing, but I don't know. I just don't have a place to do it. But that's kind of how it's going to be. They're going to be this part that you got to pay like what a larger amount of money for, just so they can make some money off it after sale money. The crazy thing is when I was moving in that direction to invent it, and I didn't know anything about Tesla coil. I knew nothing about EVs. I started speaking right away about a coil, didn't I? That comes from my mechanic experience in electrical systems, not electronics, electrical systems. Thank you, Larry. So they killed me after I was trying to figure that out. To think it forward, you have to have some semblance of order. So the weather's starting to cool off, not completely cool, but it's definitely moving in that direction. I looked at the calendar. It's pretty funny how the weather works. It stayed cool until cooler than it is now, until I think June, like mid-June or something, and then it just skyrocketed. It went up like 10 degrees or something. So again, the cooling period is slower. It's more drawn out as we move into fall, because we're not going to be. It's starting to cool, but it's like drawn out. It's like a couple degrees here, a couple degrees there, until you get like the late October or something, or I guess mid-October or something. But it's much better than it's been. I don't think it's going to go up too high in the near future. What's this dude doing? Oh, maybe he's getting the codes for the. box, maybe. Well, okay, if that lady sees that they put stuff on the railing, she's gonna go. The one people, I think she threw them out because she told them don't hang things on the railing, and it happened again. And then they were gone. Somebody on the top floor has got some stuff on the railing. Third floor of another building. I thought for a second that they may have bigger rooms in the other building because the woman that I talk with, where her husband works at night a lot, and she just alone a lot. So she, sometimes asks me for help. Uh, her room was bigger because she needed help with her lock. Like I told you, it wouldn't shut because the doors swell and contract and all that. Right? But her room was bigger, but it was like probably she paid like a couple hundred extra for it. It's just not worth it to move into that type of situation. And the problem is, it's a bigger room, but then it's a king bed. So you have, it takes up more space, floor space, and how much extra space do you actually have? Right. They're getting somewhere. Let's see what's next. This one over here. They're cutting the door jamb. They've been having trouble with the keys erasing and not lasting. So I'm sure it was maybe cost effective to use something that doesn't erase as much or have trouble with keys. There she is. She sees what's on the third floor. Sure. Is she going upstairs? I know she's so okay. She's taking a walk out. Will she look back at the building? Doesn't see it. Oh, she looked back at the building. Does she see it? Like rugs or something. But you're not supposed to hang things on the railing. Starts to look like Central America. And I'm not saying that they're Central Americans, but Central America they hang things out because they don't have washing machines and dryers. She didn't quite see it. Just doing something different. She wasn't inspecting her, she would have saw it. Because when she inspects, she's very thorough. Thank you. Why'd they skip? Oh, okay. I see that guy's working. Didn't see the one guy working. Oh, shit, it's not. That's the manager. I think. And he's sitting over there. Oh, it's a sign on the door. It might be somebody wrote a nasty message or something. I don't know. He's in front of the door. I don't know if they gained access or not. He may be watching. I always tell him, don't say anything you don't want anybody else to hear. I have cameras running in there. I'm thinking that he's trying to get to that person in the room. Some guy was hungover and told him that, go away. And they had to, rouse that guy that was hungover. And I think it's the guy that walked into my room. He just opened the door and walked in. I think, still could be somebody paying him, but. All right, where are they at? Are they installing the locks yet? This guy's got a new door. He can't get in his room. He did this swipe. Uh-oh. May not be working. Trying to get inside of the room. What's he got? What is that? All right, they're working on a room that had a sign on the door. And I don't know what the sign said, but the manager is standing there while they're working in the room. Somebody wrote something that required the manager to stand there. Trying to fix his lock, yeah. Maybe they're reprogramming it. There it goes. Thank you, bro. Just be like, actually, I want it's telling me not to say it, so I can't say it. Thank you. My sinuses are going a little crazy though with this changing weather. If I get out on my bicycle, things should change. Shame I can't touch massage therapists, and I'm not a millionaire to afford everything I need to do to be in that situation. Because again, on the money I make, I can't get somewhere to get a massage in a private area that I, reside. Okay, here we are. He's got the at my place to install the lock, I guess. Hey, coffee. Nobody's Larry shenanigans. Ooh, hitting the curb there. A lot of people are aggravated because they're doing this. I'm like, whatever. And a manager's walking off now. Oh, no, he's back. I'm going to tell him something. I can't remember what it is. There's something I was going to ask him or tell him. You know, there's like enough vegetarian mock meat foods and fish foods that, you know, it's a little pricey anymore. But I guess meat's probably expensive also. Right? Yeah, you would never miss it unless you were like just really plain anal about it. Because I made they even have like egg patties. You just throw in a microwave, you know, heat it up, make like an egg and sausage, but none of it's meat, or an egg and bacon, or an egg and ham. I mean, it's good stuff. The company that makes the egg patties makes a liquid egg. They tried to F my head over that. Over that. They had one of the people, like when I went into, what's that place? What is that place? Sprouts. She was just staring at it. When I went up to buy it, purchase it. So we had a discussion over it. She was one of the cutie agents or cutie missing and exploited people. Why don't we try it together? That would mean we would have to spend the night together. No, I didn't say that. I said, why don't we try it together? See, that's how their mind works. Their minds are in the gutter in reverse. Middle aged. She was cutie. Oklahoma. What was that road? I don't even remember. MacArthur or something. Well, he's got it on already, I think. That's cool. So when this is done, I have to get to the next thing. Whatever that is. Could be riding my bike. Whatever God has me do. No, God's real. And the key is to get the trans people in, because especially as the trans people grow, in number, we have to make sure they understand that salvation is for them also. 100%. Because what they are physically is of no concern. I mean, God wants to know their journey and what they've been confronted with, so God can judge it as it needs to be judged. They've been victimized. Weren't allowed to be heterosexual on this planet and birth gender. That's what that comes from. You altered them, but it's not their fault. Therefore, they do not have any concern over it. Agreed. Let me see what we got going on. He's leveling it. Are we getting close here? How many more people have to work on that door? All right, let's see. What's he doing? Oh, it's the top screws. Oh, he's measuring. Making sure it's level and aligned right. Now the finishing screws. Oh no, that one bit the dust. Whoop. Whoop. That one bit the dust. So he's cursing, uncursed. They still got some more doors to do here besides the rooms. All right, what we got now? Oh, measuring again. Nothing you can do now. You put the screws in already. I know how it is. Making sure that everything works. Now it has to be programmed, I guess. Right. Oh, what's he doing? Oh, he's gonna. I see what he's gonna do. He's gonna make sure it seats. This guy's got to go back through. I think. It's shut. How do I get in there? Well, stay peaceful. Praise